On to match number 65. Starting off our Red Alliance, we have Team 811.
From Nashua, New Hampshire, and Bishop Girton High School, it's the Cardinals.
And their partner, Team 5735.
From Wayland, Massachusetts, and Wayland High School, the Control Freaks.
And we have Team 1058.
From Londonderry, New Hampshire, and Londonderry Senior High School, PVC Pirates.
And making our way to the Blue Alliance, we have Team 2836.
From Woodbury, Connecticut, and Nonawag High School, Team Beta.
And we have Team 7153.
From Manchester, Connecticut, and East Catholic High School, Eidos Dios.
And Team 1153.
From Walpole, Massachusetts, and Walpole High School, Walpole Robotics.
Walpole Robotics.
Drivers behind the line. In 3, 2, 1, power up.
Match 65 underway. 6 robots crossing that auto line for 5 points apiece. 811 BG Cardinals picking up a power cube. Taking control of the switch in the scale is the Blue Alliance. That sound means it's teleop time. Students step up, take control. Show those robots who's boss and beat the boss in the end game. Team Beta going up high for the Blue Alliance, placing one of those power cubes, followed up by the Red Alliance's BG Cardinals through the exchange. And another one up high for the Red Alliance PVC Pirates, trying to balance out the scale. And up and down those power cubes go. Where they stop, I have no idea. 811 BG Cardinals through the exchange. Here comes Control Freaks going up high onto the scale. Red Alliance balancing out the scale. Now they have ownership. Trying to make sure the Blue Alliance has to do a lot more work on that scale is the Control Freaks. Each alliance maintaining ownership of their switch. And down goes a power cube. First power up being played. Boost for the Red Alliance, giving them an additional point every single second they own a switch or a scale. Walpole Robotics playing some defense on the Red Alliance's switch. Just under a minute remaining in the round. Red Alliance playing the Levitate power up for an additional 30 points during the end game. Control Freaks for the Red, grabbing another one of those power cubes. Power-ups being played left and right by the Red Alliance. "30 seconds remaining in match 65. BG Cardinals trying to slam one of those power cubes through the exchange. 20 seconds to go. Oh, and down goes PVC Pirates. Tough break for them with 15 seconds to go. Wait a minute. Some movements happening by the PVC Pirates. Can they right themselves? 7 seconds to go. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Match 65 is done. Tough break for the Red Alliance's PVC Pirates towards the end of that round. After review, our head referee, Abby, was doing some heavy-duty reviewing there. Red Alliance takes this one, 413 to 297. Now we're entering the field, your master of ceremonies, Danger Dave.
Yo, what's happening, Boston? Let's get things going for match number 65. Let's meet the teams. Down here on red, give it up for team number 238.
With 2 decades under their belt from Manchester, New Hampshire, the Crusaders.
With them, it's 2370.
11 seasons ago, they were hatched from Rutland, Vermont, the iBots.
And rounding out the alliance, it's here for 4909.
From Billerica Memorial High School in Billerica, Massachusetts, the Bionics.
Down here on blue, let's hear for team number 133.
In their 22nd season from Standish, Maine, Bonnie Eagle High School in Burt.
It's 4176.
7 seasons ago, they were hatched from Northeastern Massachusetts, the Iron Tigers.
In 5846.
With 3 seasons under their belt from North Dartmouth, Massachusetts, the South Coast Corsairs.
This is fine, everything is fine, this is fine. Match number 66, green light, thumbs up, drivers behind the line. Let's get this going in 3, 2, 1, power up!
Randomization happening right before your eyes. Blue Alliance with the first power cube being played onto the switch, followed, and down the power cube goes down. Tough break for the iBots. It's tally-up time, match 66. And through the exchange, 4909 Bionics, 23-7, taking that power cube they lost during the autonomous round and putting it up onto the scale. Here comes the Crusaders going up high, trying to take control of the scale. Back and forth, that scale goes, 2370. And down goes part of the bot, a little piece of robo barf on the field, courtesy of the iBots. And the first power-up being played by the Blue Alliance is Boost. Correction, that's Force, where they take ownership of the switch in the scale. Bonnie Eagle grabbing that power cube away from 4909 Bionics over there on the Red Alliance side. Going up high with that power cube is Burt. And another power-up being played by Blue. This time is Boost, earning them an additional point every second they own the switch or the scale. Iron Tigers placing one of those power cubes through the Blue Alliance exchange. Tough break for the Crusaders as another power cube falls through. Blue Alliance playing all 3 power cubes with 40 seconds to go in the round. 238 Crusaders trying to make their way through the exchange for the red. Just about half a minute to go in the round. Going up high is Bonnie Eagle. Power up being played by red is Levitate. Plenty of movement and mayhem happening all around the field, close to the scale. Bonnie Eagle is up for the Blue Alliance. 49.09 trying to make their way up. With 10 seconds to go, they grapple that hook. If they make that way up, they could possibly, at the buzzers, 304 to 296. We'll get your official results coming up. This is a close one. Coming up on the board, you see it as I do. Red Alliance squeaks away and takes the fireworks. 306 to 296.
I didn't pick my nose hairs this morning. You can't by 10. All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you could just do me a favor and check out the big screen. We got something very cool going on this weekend. If you're on Twitter, you should check out this scavenger hunt. We got a bunch of things that you can do around the arena, around the field, and around the pits. Check it out. If you tweet us some pictures, post your responses at NE Scavenger Hunt with hashtag NEDCMP, and you could potentially be the winner. Match number 57, 67. Been a long day already. Let's meet the teams down here on red. Give it up for team number 4905.
From Air, Massachusetts, and Air Shirley Regional High School, it's Andromeda 1.
It's 32-36.
From Franklin, Massachusetts, and Tri-County Regional Vocational Technical School, Tri-Force.
And rounding out the alliance, let's hear for 4557.
From Middleton, Connecticut, and Xavier High School, Full Metal Falcons.
Making our way down to the blue line, so let's hear for team 1699.
From Colchester, Connecticut, and Bacon Academy, RoboCats.
Team 5962.
From Lowell, Massachusetts, and Merrimack Valley Robotics and UMass Lowell, Persevere.
In 40-41.
From Gardner, Maine, and Gardner Area High School, the Iron Tigers.
Closing up the arcade, looks like we got a green light. Just a quick adjustment. Then we'll get things going for match number 67. All right, we get a green light and a thumbs up. Drivers behind the line. Let's start this match in 3, 2, 1. Power up!
With another quarter in the machine, starts 6 more robots for match number 67. Each robot crossing that auto line, earning 5 points for their alliance. With a shot and a miss is Andromeda 1. Oh, but there's 4557. With 2 power cubes on the red alliance switch. It's teleout time. Full Metal Falcons looking to grab a power cube for the red. With the first power cube onto the scale is Tri-Force for the red. Going up top slowly but surely is the RoboCats for blue, complemented by their alliance mate Iron Tigers. Placing one through the exchange is Full Metal Falcons on the Red Alliance side. Teeter-tottering away, 1699 RoboCats. Persevere on the Blue Alliance side, grabbing one of those power cubes in the power cube zone, planting it through the exchange, and the human player cranking away. Red Alliance playing the boost, earning them an additional point every second that ticks away as they have ownership of one of the items on the field. Red Alliance playing Levitate, 30 more points in the end game. One heck of a Tetris stack on the Red Alliance side of the scale. And down goes another power cube. Tough break for the Iron Tigers. They're trying to play some defense like an Aardvark. Full Metal Falcons, one of those power cubes onto the Blue Alliance switch. Bumping that power cube onto the Blue Alliance switch is 1699 RoboCats. First power up for the Blue is Force. 4905 Andromeda 1. Pushing one of those power cubes as they teeter away. 30 seconds to go in the round. And down the ramps come from Andromeda 1. Here comes 4041 Iron Tigers for the Blue Alliance. 20 seconds remain. Red Alliance plays their final power up, making short work. There's Andromeda 1 giving a boost to their friends. And 7 seconds to go in the round. Here comes 4041 climbing high for the Blue. 2 seconds, 1. Your final results coming up on the board. Red Alliance gets the fireworks. 450 to 275.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, if you would direct your attention up to the big screen, I'm going to throw it down over to my friend Eric, who's with Selma, to learn a little bit more.
Yeah, I'm down here on the field with Selma from Team 558 to talk a little bit about her first experience. So Selma, tell me a little bit about what your favorite memory is from the district competition season.
So one of my favorite memories of this season was actually when, during our Hartford district event, we were able to go help another team who didn't even come to the competition with the robot. They came with pretty much like a kit bot, and it was funny because we'd gone into that competition, you know, for the past 2 years, we've been rebuilding our robots before the Hartford district event, but then during this event, we were like, okay, we're not gonna rebuild our robot. Like, we're just gonna go in with what we had during Waterbury. And then it was cool because we still got the opportunity, along with kids from 195, 7153, and 5856 to actually go and help that team like build their robot at the competition. So that was the coolest thing.
Yeah, I mean, I was there too, and it was really cool to see a whole nother team's eyes light up when their robot finally came up and started working. And it's a different experience to get to help someone else and see their robot work. It's a lot of fun. So that's really cool. Hey, I also heard one other thing, and I just can't for the life of me figure out what it is. So tell me a little bit about this B-Dibs.
Okay, so what B-Dibs is so during one of the meetings that we had, we invited a couple other teams to our shop to sort of, you know, help them build their robot, help them with different competition-related things. And we sort of named that day like our best day in build season. So that's what B-Dibs stands for. So if any teams, I'm just gonna do a quick shout out real quick. If any teams here have their best day in build season, just post it on like Instagram with the hashtag B-Dibs, B-D-I-B-S, and then we'll like shout you out or something on our Instagram. So yeah.
Awesome. Thank you very much, Selma. I appreciate your time. Take a little time out to tell about your first experience. Thanks a lot, Selma. Now I'm going to cut the action back to you, Danger Dave.
Thanks, Eric and Selma. That's absolutely awesome. Let's jump right back into things with match number 68. as I welcome Mr. Peter Moore back to the mic. You ready to get things going? All right, down here on red, give it up for team number 61.
From Blackstone Valley, it's the Intimidators.
It's team 1100.
Algonquin Regional High School, the T-Hawks.
And with them, give it up for team number 95.
Hartford Area Career and Technology Center, it's the Grasshoppers.
Down here in blue, give it up for 5422.
The Storm Gears from Middlesex County Robotics Club.
Team 6201.
The Highlanders from Somerville.
And 2170.
The Tomahawks from Glastonbury, Connecticut.
Just a couple more moments and then we'll get things going for match number 68. All right, looks like we get a green light and a thumbs up. Drivers behind the line. Let's get this going in 3, 2, 1, power up!
Qualification match 68 starts with 15 seconds of autonomous, just code and CPUs, robots deciding what to do, trying to get on the scale, trying to get on the switch. If you own your switch, as both red and blue do, and everybody crosses the line, you're gonna get a yellow dot. That is 1 ranking point for autonomous. Now drivers take control. The goal here is to own the switch and the scale. If you own the scale, you get 1 point per second. If you own your switch, you get another point per second. And teams are going to try to take those away from each other. Right now, blue owns the scale, and if you watch the scores, their score is jumping up by 2 points per second, while as red is only going up by 1 point per second. The Grasshoppers 95 red, 1100 T-Hawks in red, trying to get the scale back. Grasshoppers look like they might be able to even it out, and they do. But at the same time, 54-22, the Storm Gears for blue, working with 62-01, the Highlanders getting it back for blue. This is Scale Wars. There's a limited number of cubes on the field available, and they're almost all taken up. So red Grasshoppers now look like red is taking control of the scale. Now their score is going to start going up by 2 points per second. Meanwhile, 2170 blue, Titanium Tomahawks working the switch and the exchange to get power-ups by getting them into the vault. And then there's 3 kinds of power-ups you can get to increase your score. Red Alliance still controls the scale. They're very close. There's only 20 points that separates these two teams. Grasshoppers place, but they knock one off. And the Highlanders get one on. Red has taken over control of the scale, and they're coming up. They're only 10 points behind now. Grasshoppers trying to get it back, maybe at least get it to go neutral. With just 44 seconds left in the match, we have a power-up being taken. It's Boost by red, so they will get double the points for what they own, but they only own their switch. 30 seconds left. That sounds mean it's time to climb. Robots are going to try to climb up and get 30 extra points per robot that can climb. And if you have a levitate as red does and you get 2 climbing, you'll get an extra ranking point. In Blackstone Valley, 61. The Intimidators going for that second one at this time. And we have a boost applied by blue to both the scale. This is pretty close. It's going to come down to the climbs and the ranking points. Blackstone Valley with 4, 3, 2, 1 second left. Here are the results of match 68 coming up right now. It was won by the Blue Alliance. And if you look, ownership of that scale and their switches, 74 more points there. The vaults were even, the end game was even. There were 20 points in red penalties, but it was definitely the ownership part of it. So 2170, the Tomahawks went from 21st up to 15th. Storm Gears went from 52nd up 9 spots to 43, and 6201, the Highlanders, climbed up from 57 to 50.
Just a reminder, we're going to be playing up to and including match number 71, and then we're going to be taking a short break. We're going to be playing up to including match 71.
I had nothing to do that.
All right, match number 69. Let's meet the teams. Down here in red, give it up for team 1729.
From Monadnock 4-H Robotics Club, it's Team Inconceivable.
It's 1073.
Hollis Brookline High School, the Force team.
And 3930.
Spruce Mountain Area Robotics team.
Down here in blue, give it up for team number 58.
From South Portland, Maine, it's the Riot Crew.
It's 3461.
Operation Peace Robotics, man.
And 4564.
Orange Chaos from Brewer, Maine.
All right, green light, thumbs up. Joe Rivers behind the line. Let's get this going in 3, 2, 1. Power up.
Autonomous, Team Inconceivable, going for the scale, currently ranked 10th. Force team getting the switch. You want to get the switch to help you get your autonomous points, and all the teams cross the line. Take a look up at the score, and you will see yellow dots. Each team just got 1 ranking point for having successful autonomous. But the Red Alliance with Team Inconceivable own the scale for more time. So the Blue Alliance now is trying to take that over. That's the Riot Crew, Team 58 in blue from South Portland, Maine. And they've got a little bit of an advantage on the scale. Team Inconceivable ties it. Riot Crew 58 pulling it ahead. They have to be careful not to manipulate the position of the scale. And Team Inconceivable quickly brings it right back. Peace 3461 is going to go and try to get the scale firmly in blue's position. Meanwhile, on the red side, 1073, the Force team, is working the scale, or working the switch and the exchange, trying to get those valuable powered ups. Team Inconceivable and Riot Crew going cube for cube, but the Red Alliance has a slight advantage, and you can see their score is growing just a little bit faster. Team Inconceivable wanting to maintain that number 10 rank. Meanwhile, 3930, Smart Robotics team is working the portal on the other side of the field, trying to get extra cubes because they're running out of them on the field. 1073, the Force team, get ready for some power-ups. Levitate, get a free climb at the end. Or what we just saw now, which is Boost. And the Red Alliance is getting twice the points for owning the scale and the switch. And you can see that put them up by about 100 points in advance. But there are boosts and forces and levitates left for the rest of the teams. Cubes are almost gone on the field. They're going to have to come just from the portal. 1729 and 3930 red are trying to take the switch away. We have a boost for the Blue Alliance, but it's only on their switch. Now we have a force for the Red Alliance, forcing ownership of the scale. And with 17 seconds left, Team Inconceivable climbs up. We've got a ramp for 3930. If they can get it above the blocks, but it might not be on the ramp. That may or may not count. We'll see what the judges say. 3461, Peace Robotics is up, driving them up and trying to get them above the bricks. They do it. Or did they?
All right, while we're waiting to get set up for match number 70 and the scores to go up, just a few housekeeping things. During lunch, make sure you head on over to Scholarship Row. District Championship t-shirts are for sale over in section 103. Scholarship Row is in 103 to 106. And the sponsor row is in 103 to 106 as well. Oh, excuse me. Scholarships are from 111 to 114. So during lunch, make sure you check out those three things. They're in sections 111 to 114, section 103 to 106, and section 103.
All right, in that last match, a red card is being shown to 39-30. So what you saw for the red team was that fantastic thing where they put down their ramp and another robot climbed up, and then they went up on here, and I think they actually got credit for the climb, which is cool, but you cannot have any part of your robot outside the platform zone and extend 16 inches. You guys were just outside the zone and you extended 16 inches. So really cool design. Our hats off for you. Let's look at the results for that match and see what held up and how many ranking points actually happened for them. It was won by the Red Alliance, and they got 3 ranking points. Did not give them the climb, but they got 3 ranking points. Now, the bad thing about it was in getting a red card, you get no points for the match. So Smart, which has a great robot, does not get any points for that. But 1729, Team Inconceivable moved from 10th up to 9th place. And the Force team moved from 39th up to 32nd place. The difference there is clearly in the ownership and the vault and, well, the end game. Pretty much that team hit on all cylinders until the red card at the end. I'm ready, Dave.
All right, let's jump right into match number 70. Let's meet the teams down here on red. Give it up for team 23-0.
From Shelton, Connecticut, it's the Gale Hawks.
It's 500-0.
From Hingham High, the Hammerheads.
And rounding out the alliance, it's 46-7.
Straight down Route 9 from Shrewsbury, it's the Colonials.
Down here in blue, give it up for team number 78.
Airstrike.
Team number 55-8.
Elm City Robo Squad.
And rounding out the alliance, it's 216-8.
Straight out of Groton, the Aluminum Falcons. Remember, lunch will be after match 71. 2 more matches, then lunch.
right, we got a green light and a thumbs up. Drivers behind the line. Let's get this match going in 3, 2, 1. Power up!
Some serious teams from New England here. Autonomous, look at them go for the switches. The scale, 467 Colonials. Getting it on the scale. That'll be 2 points per second in Autonomous. The Galehawks 230 went for the exchange. Look at that, 3 cubes for the switch for the Blue Alliance. That's pretty safe. Aluminum Falcons 2168 going up, going to try to take it back, but now they're going up against the Galehawks. Outstanding robot this year, really good at the scale. It looks like the Galehawks and 467 and 230 and 467 are going to go up against 78 and 2168. Let's watch and see how that battles out. Meanwhile, 558 looks to be working the switch and the scale trying to get all of those cubes into the exchange for the Blue Alliance to get those bonus power-ups. 2168 and 78 still falling behind 230. There is no more cubes left in that center part of the field. So now teams are going to go over to their portals, which are on the far end of the field. 78 with the one that they picked up. Now that scale looks like it to be balanced. There is about a 60-point lead, 70-point lead for the Red Alliance. And we've got the boost added to the Red Alliance. Over 10 seconds, they're going to score more points than the Blue Alliance. And the Blue Alliance, 78, having a hard time getting it up there onto the scale. And so Red is maintaining its lead. But here come the Aluminum Falcons, going to try to do it with a minute left in the match. It's not impossible. And 78 scores it. Blue now owns the scale. And we've got a boost for the Blue Alliance, but they do not quite own the scale, so it's not really benefiting them. It's about 80-point difference between the two matches. Aluminum Falcons getting all tippy, Galehawks. And the Colonials trying to make it work, but that scale now is just getting too full to put any more cubes, so it's going to have to come down to the climb. There's only 40 points difference. Each robot climbing is worth 30 points. Galehawks waiting. Gonna have to see what happens. That is full up. The Hammerheads, 5,000 from Hingham, but there is a cube in the way. The Galehawks might just decide to climb on their own. There's only 10 seconds left. Who's gonna go up? The grappling hook of 558 gets them up. 2168. Aluminum Falcons climb at the same time, going for 3 ranking points. And that is a close score. Here come the results of that match. And it was taken by the Red Alliance, and that was a close match right at the end. So there are 2 ranking points for Blue. Red gets 3 ranking points. The ownership of the scale was 70 points in favor of the Red Alliance. But look at the end game, 60 points there. That almost washes out. And then check out the vault. We did have Blue penalties worth 25 points. That's a 15-point difference. And if you can do the math, that's what won the match for the Red Alliance.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, this is our last match before lunch. We will play this match and then we will take a short break and be back here at 1 p.m. So if you're in match number 72, you need to be here on the field, ready to go with 5 minutes before 1.
No, 15.
I was told 5.
Well, that's 5, but if you tell them 15, they'll definitely make it.
Okay, 15.
20.
All right, let's meet the teams for match number 71. Down here in red, give it up for team 5813.
From Concord, New Hampshire, it's Morpheus.
It's 175.
Buzz Robotics from Enfield High School.
And 237.
Watertown High School's Black Magic Robotics.
Down here in blue, let's hear it for 2067.
Apple Pie.
It's 138.
Bringing organization to Amherst, it's Entropy.
And 5856.
The Bullbots from Crosby High School in Waterbury, Connecticut.
All right, we get a green light, thumbs up. Last match before lunch. Joe Rivers behind the line. Let's get this going in 3, 2, 1. Power up.
It's autonomous. Get your switch, cross the line, get a ranking point, try to get the scale too. Morpheus reaching up, Entropy successful there. It's a wash. Drivers take control. Look how close that score is. A little bit of an advantage for the Red Alliance. 175 Buzz from Enfield. Red working with Morpheus 5813 to try to keep that scale theirs. Now Apple Pie 2067 from Guilford, Connecticut, working with Entropy 138 to try to make the scale blue. And right away, Red has done a levitate. That means they're going to get 1 free climb. You get a ranking point for getting 3 climbs, and with 1 free, you only have to have 2 robots climb at the end. 2067, Apple Pie and Buzz at the same time. So we do have a scale war, and meanwhile, 237 Black Magic Robotics in Red working the exchange, trying to get those power-ups, oh so very valuable. Owning the scale, Red takes a boost, doubling their score to 4 points per second, and you can see the Red score really climbing now. On the other side of the field from Crosby High School, the 58-56 Bullbots are working their exchange and getting those power-ups. Matches are being won by power-ups at this point in the season. These teams know their strategies very well. 237 fighting to take the switchback, and Buzz doing that too. If a team cannot dominate the scale, sometimes what they do is go for the switch. We have a force by blue on the scale and the switch, so they are going to get all the points for that now, even if they don't own it. But that just lasts for 10 seconds and it all reverts back. You can see Red owns their scale and their switch. Blue, just the switch. 2 points per second for Red, 1 point per second for Blue. And a lot of action over on the Red side of the field, trying to get that switch. If they can take the switch away from Red, that's as good as owning a scale. Buzz getting ready to climb. And we've got a levitate for both teams. So if 2 robots get up, and it looks like Black Magic might try to join Buzz for that double climb. We do have some robots getting ready to climb. 138 Entropy, 237 Black Magic Robotics. Will we get 2 robots climbing for Blue? Or 2 robots for Red with 5, 4, 3. Red's going out, 2, 1. Are they above the bricks? Is it a ranking point? Is it 4 ranking points? What a great way. Great match before lunch. All right, here come the results of that match up on the big screen. Red Alliance takes it. And 4 big ranking points. Look at those numbers go up. Ownership clearly in their favor, Vault in their favor, Endgame in their favor, a fairly clean match. So we had some teams really climbing up there. For instance, Buzz Robotics was at 17, now they went up to 8. Black Magic Robotics was at 10, they're now in 5th. And the Bullbots or rather Morpheus went from 37 all the way up to 29. So everybody have a great lunch. Take a moment to step outside and get some fresh air. It's a beautiful, almost spring-like day outside, and we'll see you at 1 o'clock. Or if your team's in the match, 12:45. 12:45-ish. Test check, 1, 2. Apple pie.
Check, 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 check. Check, 1, 2. Check, 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 check. All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. I hope you all had an absolutely amazing match. We're going to jump back into it with match number 72. Let's meet the teams down here on red. Give it up for team number 176.
It's Aces High.
It's 1071.
Team Max.
And rounding out the alliances, 2877.
Liger Bots from Newton.
Down here across the field, give it up for none other than team number 88.
TJ Squared from Bridgewater, Massachusetts.
With them, it's 66 the Ray.
From Whitensville, Massachusetts, it's Robonauts.
And rounding out their alliance, let's hear it for 6328.
From Littleton, Massachusetts, it's Mechanical Advantage.
All right, looks like we get a green light and a thumbs up. Match number 72, drivers behind the line. Let's start this match in 3, 2, 1. The power up.
15 seconds of autonomous going for switches, crossing the autonomous line. Whitensville 663 trying to score on the scale, and they do take control. So does 176. Teetering, tottering back and forth. Is it a wash? Nope. 176 almost gets 2 on the scale. Oh, but no. Both teams got a ranking point for the autonomous. But right now, blue seems to control the scale. 2 points per second for them, and they're going to be catching up to red. No, now red controls the scale. You can see who controls the scale specifically by looking up at the scoring. The 2 circles to the right and left of each of the scores has a scale and a switch on it. And that can let you know who owns their switch and who owns their scale. Red right now owns the scale. 176 Aces High for red. Working on that with 2877, the Liger Bots, who made that fantastic safety video that we saw at the beginning of the day. TJ Squared, 88, with their wavy bumpers. 1071 Team Max working the exchange. We now have a boost for the Red Alliance. They're getting twice as many points as they normally would per second for their switch and their scale. You can see that indicated. 219 to 112, about a 100-point advantage. 2877, the Liger Bots